Hi guys, welcome to my Bajerski YouTube channel. Hello. Look what I just picked from the tree below. Isn't that beautiful? It almost looks like a heart. Look, straight from the tree. Oof, lemons. If you haven't seen the lemon video, guys, get yourself on and have a look at it. It's done over 1 or 2 million views now. Why has it done over 1 and 2 million views? How could I ever have imagined that a lemon video would do over 1 million views? Did I ever believe that? Not at all. But one thing it's definitely proven is that truth is felt. And it's really interesting because it really goes back to the basics of life. And what is the basics? What are the basics of life? Well, it's simplicity. It really is simplicity. It's the little things. It's the simple things. No matter what walk of life you look at. A man once was driving in the dark of night many, many years ago when there were no such thing as street lights. And I think what happened was, all of a sudden, in his little old car, he's trying to see down this lane as he's driving with his lights on, but it was so dark. And I don't think his lights were brilliant. I don't know the true story, but all of a sudden he saw these two shiny, bright eyes looking at him as he was driving. So his headlights caught these beautiful glowing eyes, and the closer he got, the more bright these eyes were, until he realized, my God, that's a cat. So he came up with this idea, the most simple idea. How can I take that idea and put it onto the road? And thus he made cat eyes. Amazing. Became a multimillionaire. It's the simple things. A guy came up with an idea with a piece of metal. He bent it because he wanted to hang his coat up. He bent it in a shape that would hang his coat up. Then became an amazing idea called coat hangers. Metal coat hangers. Became a millionaire from that. I guess I'm not here to try and make you think about how to become a millionaire, but maybe how to think about the positive, the most powerful message. And I guess I've always tried to be simple, and that's not challenging for me. That's easy, because I am really quite simple in the way of my brain. And that is, it hasn't been educated in the way of mainstream or system programming. In fact, I rebelled against all of it. And a wonderful man who sang some amazing songs said something that really touched my heart. And only I can really truly understand that, because I know that perspective of life. And it went something like this. I am not educated. I am inspirated. You see, if I was educated, I'd be a damn fool. And to a degree, I understand that, because so many people in this world right now are fighting their corner for what they've been programmed to believe is true, is real. And when, as a matter of fact, if we take away that programming for a moment and look at the world as it is, in whatever aspect you look at, especially now in 2020, and I think that's what's happening, even the most intelligent person who was brainwashed by mainstream thinking and programming and the system and the politics and everything In fact, let's just take politics as a for instance. Even a child can see that every single politician that speaks is a damn liar. And how can you say that, Mark? I know politicians. No, I'm not saying they're a damn liar because they're horrible. Not at all. They're a liar because they're programmed to lie. Think about it. Have you ever heard a politician say yes or no? They're programmed to avoid the question. Now, as a child, I watched TV with my father and thought, what's coming out of that person's mouth is a lie. And how can nobody see that when he's been asked a question for a simple yes and no, and he's avoiding that question? You and me know to avoid a question is very simply a lie. I mean, if you were to ask me a question about anything and I didn't answer it, it would mean I'm avoiding that question. I'm avoiding it because I know that if I say either yes or no, I'm going to get myself into either trouble or get myself out of it. So they're taught, like solicitors, to bend the law, to bend the way we think and feel, to manipulate the truth. There's so many other walks of life where we see lies. Religion. You just ask questions about the validity, the truth, and we are asked to think in a logistic way. We are asked every day to use our brain and be logical. Yet, when you hear religion, most of the time you're going, You want me to be logical, and then you want me to believe that there's a big, powerful man on top of a cloud watching everything we do, every single thing we do. And we are born sinners. And if we do not embrace their God, we will be sent to hell in burning flames and fire for eternity. But he loves you. You do whatever you want. You lie, you cheat, you hurt children, you abuse children. But on a Wednesday, walk into a wooden box and say you're sorry. And once you're out of there and you've said your little penance, you're forgiven. Every walk of life has these double standards. And we're now seeing those double standards every day in every walk of life. Spirituality is no exception. There are people doing the most heinous things and talking the most dreadful nonsense to capture people into the world of spirituality. And why is that? Because it's just another new form of advertising to make them famous. So now we have to think for ourselves. We have to see through our own eyes to what's happening in the world. We have to start to think for ourselves, feel for ourselves, and know deep down what feels right and what feels wrong. Not listening to people like me or anybody else, but yet to take what feels right and to implement that into your own truth and psyche. If it only feels right, but if what I say doesn't feel right, then I say good for you. It means you're thinking for yourself. I've told you many times there is no such thing as right and wrong. The bigger picture is that we're learning and experiencing every moment. And there has to be light and dark for us to experience. If we were all telling the truth, then what experience is there? So in truth, we come here to find out what our morals are, what our truth is. And actually, deep down, we all have great wisdom and power and truth within us. But because of the darkness, because of the manipulation, because of how we're brought up with our parents and the system, That is our measuring stick to really feel what we really believe deep down that we already know. Are we going to fall for the lies and the manipulation, or are we going to rise above it? Are we going to listen to our higher self, or are we going to be led like sheep? So life is a beautiful, intricate, delicate, and challenging life, that's for sure. But I'm looking at 2012 as the most amazing chapter of our life. This page that we are walking now, this amazing moment, our self-ritual. What are we going to do every day? What are we going to do to make a difference? Are we just going to pee and cry and poo and moan about everything and eat and drink and sleep? Or are we going to make a difference? So what are we going to do to make that difference? What are you going to do to make the difference? I work every day to try and think, what can I do to raise the vibration of myself? At the same time, it raises the vibration of one or two others because of what I'm doing. I don't particularly do it for you, I do it for myself, but I know that when I'm doing something for myself, it definitely has a very beautiful effect, energy ripple that touches other people. Not everybody. It may make many people angry and shake their foundations. But you know what? Ultimately, I'm doing it for me. I am. That's not selfish. That is, how dare I even consider doing things for somebody else when I cannot digest and do it myself? How many people do you know teach? How many people do you know preach? How many people do you know that make laws and all of those other things that never apply to themselves? Many people talk about things and they never even do it themselves. So I saw that when I was very young and I thought, well, I'll be just as big a hypocrite if I do the same. So I've worked, especially these 16 years, to do things for myself, to say, okay, now I believe I'm worthy of sharing the message because I'm preaching, I'm teaching, I'm sharing. So maybe I have some validity in giving this information because I'm experiencing it, I've tasted it, I've lived it. And that's the difference. And I guess you see that when you watch these videos, because anybody who reads from a book and then shares that information, it's not palatable. It doesn't taste of anything. It doesn't feel anything. Okay, the message may be valid, but when somebody's sharing it, you know, you feel it because they're speaking from their heart. I see a lot of people coming out of the woodworks now, sharing their truth as a child, living in care homes, who are abused in care homes. You feel that pain. You feel their suffering. And they have a right to share that message, to tell the world that there is elite, global paedophilia running our world, our government, our police. And when you hear this, it touches you so much, it hurts. Thus, you also hear people who share messages of love and kindness, sharing vital information about how to help you and I raise our vibration from pain and suffering and fear to maybe a way that can help us heal and become happy, to bring happiness and inner peace and joy into our life. So the world is awakening now. We are changing. We are growing. We are seeing through the lies, the manipulations. We are seeing through the words that are merely words. But now we're hearing people who are not just speaking the words, but we're feeling them. And we know truth. And we now are separating the difference. And that's why I believe it's a beautiful, beautiful year. I think last year and the year before, and a few years before that, spirit's in the room. My ear pops and it screams at a beautiful pitch. So I know spirit's in the room. So where was I? Because it was a valid point. I would say from at least 5 years ago till 2020, I believe that many people jumped on a bandwagon of sharing information, not living that information or being that information, but sharing it. And they became very popular, very famous, and very wealthy. And now we're seeing that that was just a very clever tactic and move by some certain people who wanted to be famous quickly, who wanted to make lots of money. But now we're seeing this moment, you are the truth workers. And I believe this year we're going to see through those people. They're not charlatans. They're just people who saw an opportunity and it was simple and easy. A great easy way to make money and to become famous. But that doesn't last for long. That's only a short moment. The truth always is. And when you work as hard as you do and live that truth and are that truth and speak that truth and have the wisdom from the experience, then I believe 2020 is the year for you. They say the meek shall inherit the earth. And in truth, I think that's what's happening now, because we were never meek. We were never weak. We were just honest and truthful. We didn't sell our souls. We didn't sell out. We just continued step by step doing what we knew was right, not wanting anything for it, but wanting to share the truth. So for me, I wanted to share the truth in the oils that I work with the incense that I tried, thousands of them, thousands of oils. The truth that helped me and my clients heal from emotional pain. The truth of simple things like a lemon and how it absorbs negative energy and how it can help you identify bad, dirty energy in your home. The simple things are now becoming more powerful because you are becoming more powerful. People are awakening to their power. And that is my message for you. Stay true to who you are. Never sell your soul. Never sell out. And by that, one day you will be at the top of your mountain and you will shine your light upon the world to see that the truth is the most powerful, beautiful, and magical and divine energy that you carry. And this is your year. Be your truth, shine your light, and never sell your soul. And I tell you, you will live in peace and harmony and sleep well for the rest of your life. And that, my dear friends, has been my measuring stick, my truth. Have a beautiful day from my heart to yours. See you tomorrow. Take care, guys. Love you all. Bye.